Everyone, welcome to the Sports Final. Super Bowl 44 is over, and congratulations to the Saints. Brew Brees stepped up, was 32 for 39 for 288 yards and 1 touchdown pass. He played phenomenally. He did everything perfectly, showed Payton that he is a better quarterback tonight than you are. So congratulations to Brew Brees and the Saints, and also to Louisiana and the city of New Orleans. You guys really deserved it for all you've been through, your hardship of a team. You guys couldn't get wins in the playoffs 40-some years, and you guys finally come through and win, so congratulations. The game today was amazing. First quarter, Payton Manning was on fire. He was throwing the ball perfectly to different guys. He was getting the ball off to different guys. He finally got a drive down the field, but the Saints stopped him, so they had to kick a field goal, and they made it to make it 3-0. Then the Saints had the ball a couple times in the first quarter and really couldn't get a drive going. They were trying to find themselves, trying to get into rhythm, trying to get stuff going, and they just really couldn't get it going in the first quarter. And they really only got yards here and there. And then finally, right before the end of the quarter, they finally got a drive down and only could get a field goal out of it. And at that moment, it was 10-3. So getting that field goal was huge just to get points on the board to make it a 1-possession game instead of a 2-possession game. So in the second quarter is where the Saints started to get it going a little bit. Now, they didn't score many points, only 6. Only a field goal, so it wasn't really anything, big that really happened. It was just back and forth. Both teams going up and down the field, but both defenses were playing very well and stopping both guys from getting into the end zone or in field goal range enough to even attempt a field goal. So both defenses stepped up quite well and only gave up a field goal to the Saints to make it 10-6. Then the halftime show came, and The Who was playing. And The Who did a great job because in past performances on the halftime show, I thought that the singers or band always tried to act like something that they're really not. When you had Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, they tried to act like this cool, type of guys. They danced around, and the boob got ripped off. And you only had a sticker in front of the nipple and all that. They tried to act all cool and sexual and stuff, and it wasn't cool. They try to act like something they're not. If you're not cool, don't act like it. Just act like yourself, like The Who did today, and you will be appreciated for it because people all over the world know who you are. You're an old-time band. Fans, old and young, love you, and if you act like something you're not, fans are going to say, why are you acting like something you're not? Because we know you as being this cool band, playing great music, and we can relate to you and everything. So The Who played a phenomenal performance. I like the lights and everything, so congratulations to The Who. You did your thing tonight. In the third quarter, the Colts had no answers for Brew Brees. He went down the field and did what he needed to do to get his team back into the game. He went down the field and finally got a touchdown, the first touchdown of the day for the Saints, and made it 13-10. And then the Colts answered right back in the third quarter to make it 17-13. And then the Saints went and got a field goal to make it 16-17. But before the end of the quarter, the Saints were able to score another touchdown, and they went for the 2-point conversion. And at that moment, I'm thinking, why would you go for a 2-point conversion? You're up 22-17, just go for the extra point to make it 23-17. You'll be up by 6. You guys will be perfectly fine. Your defense is playing well. Why would you go for a 2-point conversion? And then if you miss it, it's going to be 22-17, and you're going to be so far behind, you're going to need 2 scores or a touchdown instead of just a field goal or something. So what are you guys thinking? So what happened is they go for 2. They hike the ball, and they throw it to the right, and the guy catches it, and it's all happening, and there's not very good of a view to look at, and all you see is the referee going like this, and he bobbles the ball, so it's incomplete. There's no 2-point conversion. Didn't convert it. And then they show the replay, and you see it where the guy catches the ball, and he bobbles it once, and then he reaches over the line at the same time he catches the ball, and then he brings it back to his body, and the quarterback is running to try to cover it. His momentum kicks the ball while he's running right out of the guy's hand, and the Saints challenge it, and they get it overturned, saying that he reached his hand over the line and had a split second where he had possession of it. Then when he was trying to get it back to his body, it got kicked out of his hand, so they call it good. And that was a second attempt, they call it, or something like that. I don't know the exact rule. But they did it, so it was 24-17. Then in the fourth quarter, the Saints defense stepped up big. They were stopping Payton Manning from getting down the field. They were doing all the necessary things to do. And finally, the Colts had a drive going. They were going down the field with 3 minutes left, going down the field, doing well. Then all of a sudden, it's a third down and 5, and the Colts, all they need to do is get a first down. They're not looking for a touchdown, just get a first down. And the commentators are saying, don't blitz. You've been blitzing all day. It hasn't been working. Just let it go. All of a sudden, the Saints blitz. And the commentators, I can tell in their minds, are thinking, why are they blitzing? All of a sudden, they do a cutback. And the wide receiver is there, so he can see Payton Manning. And Payton Manning throws him the ball. But the quarterback was set up perfectly, went right around the wide receiver, intercepted it, and then ran 76 yards for the touchdown and make it 31-17 with about 2:50 left. Then the Colts know that they got to rush down the field. They don't have time to be playing games. The Colts just got to get down the field. They get down the field. They go, and they finally get down the field. It's first and goal. They run the ball with Joseph Adai, and they get it to about the 5-yard line. Then they go and they throw a ball in the end zone. And Pierre Gonçalves is the wide receiver that they're trying to throw to. And he pushes off of a cornerback, and the cornerback intercepts the ball, but his foot is out of bounds. So no interception. But they call offensive pass interference. So they Saints got a lucky break, even though they didn't get the interception. So the Colts have to go back 10 yards. Then the Colts go and they run again, and they get down to the 5-yard line. So now it's 4th and 5. They got to get it in the end zone. The game is over. Payton Manning throws it to Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne has it in his hand, and it just plops right out of his hands once he gets it in his hand. And the Saints end up pulling out a victory, and they win their first Super Bowl. And their first Super Bowl appearance. They only won 2 playoff games in the past 40-some years that they've been an organization. They show pictures in New Orleans in the main street. Fans are going nuts. They're cheering. They're having a ball. The fans in there are going nuts. They said it's going to be Mardi Gras 2 this year because the fans are going nuts, having a ball. They're drinking, partying. The place is going absolutely phenomenal. I congratulate the Saints for playing hard, and I congratulate Brew Brees for tying my man Tom Brady for the most completions in a Super Bowl. The Saints deserved it. The city of New Orleans and Louisiana deserved it because of Katrina and everything that happened there. They've been through a lot. I congratulate them. And this Super Bowl was a really good match to find out who was a better quarterback, and Brew Brees showed that he was better by far. So, hope you like the Super Bowl. This is the Sports Final. Signing off.